Hello everybody, my name is V. Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy. Today we are doing this 10th video in a series, this wonderful series called Master Education. On the primary level, a holistic approach. And the 10th video is about finance, economics, politics and sociology. So what can a child see? He can see money. Seriously. He can see money. Money is being taken, money is being given, money is in coins, 10 rupee, 100, a little bit of maths comes in there. See, as we already, by now we have already fully understood, I'm sure, that everything is connected to everything. The contextual nature of knowledge, and it is a hierarchical nature of knowledge. From where do goats come? You can ask that. A child can ask that, or you can initiate the question. There is something called initiating a question. For me personally, that's all I do. I meet a child or even an adult. Over a period of, let's say, 1 month or 2 months, I initiate so many questions with feeling because I love it, I share it. It's as simple as that. It's contagious disease of falling in love with this world and exploring it without end. From where do goods come? A good question. Manufacturers, government. What is the government? Private. All observations. You can go to a shop, he should observe the shops. He should observe shops, he should observe manufacturing units. We have already talked about it. This gets connected to science, this gets connected to civics, politics. Who makes roads? You go on a ride on a road and whole syllabus comes in. To put it in a different, trees come on the way, roads are there, government is there. The child is like always observing. The child is already doing that. You get my point? But that is where your creativity and Montessori method becomes one. Montessori was the one who said, discover the child. That is a child. So, and you can also have many more things, like when you do some work, like you can give work, like we'll clean the room, or we'll build something, or we'll arrange something, we get the satisfaction. Obviously, we'll understand implicitly, what I call observation leads to question and to answer, that the more you do, the more satisfied you are. Work becomes passion in later life for such a person. I remember when I was young, we had to clean every week we had to clean our classroom, and I used to do very well. I used to remember the teacher used to come, she was a good teacher, very sensitive teacher. She used to say, how wonderful you're doing, Narendra, and she used to praise me. So I used to feel very good. That must have got a seed which made me later a good worker, a sincere person. I used to see my dad doing that. I used to see my dad getting up in the early morning before I get up and come back after I sleep. I used to never see him. But that leaves an impression, right? Okay, there's a man who is so hardworking and he used to love his work of being a civil engineer. Work, money link. More work, more name, more respect, satisfaction, more help. See, there's a connection to help. Money and help. See, we depend on each other principle. We are interdependent. Trade and knowledge are all interdependent. Just as the world is one, the world we created to live happily also is one. It's connected. We all know that, which is why we have to be concerned about the world. We have to be concerned about the world, and we have to do our bit. We have to falsify enjoyment. We have to be both individual and collective. That's how the left, right, center issues completely get dissolved, and we all become human beings. Like imagine song, Imagine there's no countries. Imagine there's no greed. Imagine there's no hunger. Above only sky. That's what we're talking about. No hell below us. All must be free and happy. We must help all. Mutual respect. These things can be implicitly, observationally, experientially, naturally be understood by a child because it's already not in his software. That's where I think the modern educators got it wrong. It is not automatically there, but it is inherently, potentially there. That's where the silly confusion about whether it's natural or learning is natural or learning is conscious. Man is not a machine. At the same time, man is also not an automatic learner. He's not that way he's not like an animal. Like a cat doesn't have to learn. It's already wired. Man has to wire his brain, if I have to put it another way. Thankfulness is very, very important. If a child feels grateful, why should a child feel grateful? Why can't I just live my own life? If a child has a feeling for the world that he's valuing his life, firstly he will thank and value everybody who's working for him. He'll have infinite gratitude for all the wonderful people, his father, mother, money, and that brings about a sensitivity by which he will not spoil anything. See, goodness comes here. See, the whole world is working for you. Right now, I've got this house. The whole world is working for me. There's a cell phone, companies are working for me. There's a fan, companies are working. This is the argument for capitalism. Capitalism is not bad. Capitalism is giving us goods. How can trade be bad? And that's where the left has got it. The right has got it wrong by thinking that capitalism is only for money, name, position. See, that is there where the integration, the holism has to come in. All social work and government-based observations, value of things, and automatically again the link to past comes in. See, when you observe everything, finance and political economy and sociology are connected to history and geography and to science. See, the whole world is getting connected. So many people got this world. That feeling, that implicit feeling. We are not talking about omniscience. We are talking about a perspective, experiential perspective, feeling. In fact, all this by 10th should become almost like self-evident. People who read a lot, by which I mean who widely read, who are widely feeling about so many experiences of movies and art and this, what we're talking about. Even if you have 10% of this, you'll become a great human being. Because you'll fill the gaps later in life. But to have a perfect education, you can do the whole processing and programming perfect. And I put it simply, like every day, if it's fully active and all these holistic things are covered, we've got a good thumb rule life. This idea is in keeping with our hierarchical holism. I call it HH principle. Hierarchical holism. Contextual, I can add CHH. Contextual hierarchical holism is the essence of how a hardware and software gets together. It's really as simple as that. Next we'll go for creating experiential learning. That completes, by the way, we have completed broadly, not the subjects. I think by now you have understood we are not talking about subjects abstractly. We are not talking about how education is largely being carried about in the world. We are talking about something like what Tagore did, or Russell did, or Tolstoy did in their own private experiments. We're talking about a new holistic approach, which is neither leaving the child free nor shoving down abstract subjects down his throat and making him memorize, making him finally mediocre. No, not at all. We're talking about something more profound, yet something which just makes sense. And it is not as if this is our discovery. Taken all the insights and put it in one place. And these same things have been told in different ways by different greatest educationists like Montessori, John Dewey, Summerhill. There's a beautiful book. But if you read these books deeply and carefully, implicitly, all these concepts come in. Now we'll go to the next video. The next video will be the creating experiential learning. Now that we have got all the subjects, at least one video we must devote as to how, the tips we must give as to how we structure this. Now we come to the practical application and implementation of this, because if you don't know about what we are doing and why we are doing it, how can we do the how to do? So the next video will be about the wonderful topic of now that we have got this feeling, and I will clear, I think, all the doubts from my experience. You don't have to be a genius, but you do have to do some things, and you can do anybody. There's nothing like an ordinary educator or an extraordinary educator. There's only a good educator, a holistic educator, or an educator is following simply conforming to the way others are doing. So that will cover very important topic. I would say the most important takeaway. There will be 2 takeaways, 11th and 12th, and we'll go for that. Thank you.